Hi friends, good morning. Welcome to the second session of software engineering. Today we are going to discuss about software engineering myths. What is a myth? What is mean by myth? A myth means a story from past years. And here we are discussing software engineering myths. Many software problems arise due to myths that are formed during the initial stages of software development. This is a big problem because these myths propagate false beliefs and confusion in the minds of management, users, and developers. Please note these three uh, terms: management, developers, and users. There exist three types of myths. First one, management myths. The second one, users myths, and the third one, developers. Okay, let's start with the first one, management myths. Here we will discuss one by one what are the myths and what are the corresponding realities. Managers who own software development responsibility are often under strain and pressure to maintain a software budget, time constraint, improved quality, and many other considerations. We are discussing few common management myths, which are the first one: the members of an organization can acquire all the information they require from a manual which contains standards, procedures, and principles. But what is the reality? Standards are often incomplete and outdated also. And another case, developers are often unaware of all the established standards. And you may please note one thing, that following some standards will helps to decrease the delivery time of the software, but not all the standards tends to decrease the delivery time. Therefore, developers rarely follow all the standards. Okay, come with the next myth, that is, if the project is behind schedule, increasing the number of programmers can reduce the time gap. Is that possible? No, never. Why? Suppose a project is running out of time bomb, or it has crossed the uh, deadline, and managers plan to recruit and appoint new programmers to the same project. What will happen? The new workers will take a long time to learn about the project itself. That will further delay the project. So, adding more manpower to the project, which is already behind schedule, further delays the project. That means that will not help to reduce the time gap. Okay. The next one is, if the project is outsourced to a third party, the management can relax and let the other firm develop software for them. What do you think? Will that affect positively on managing the software internally? And can the organization control the project internally? No, both are not possible. Therefore, outsourcing software to a third party does not help the organization. Now, the second type of myths, user myths. In most of the cases, users believe myths about the software, and that must lead them to false expectations. What will be the result? Dissatisfaction among the users. Suppose a situation, you are ordering a product online uh, with high expectation, and the product arrived and it does not match your expectations. How will you rate that product online? I hate it, very poor, like that right now? Yes, that is the case. Here it is, we are going to discuss. Okay, the first myth is about requirement analysis. Brief requirements stated in the initial process is enough to start development, and detailed requirements can be added at the later stages. Is that possible? Not possible. Adding requirements at a later stage often requires repeating the entire development process and may results in a software failure too. You just imagine the construction of a house. The few days before the housewarming, house owner called the engineer and contractor and asked, "I need one more bedroom in my house. Is that possible?" No. And if it is possible, we have to start it from foundation onwards. Alright? That is the case. And the next myth is software is flexible. Hence, software requirement changes can be added at any phase of the development process. Here, softwares are flexible. Okay, we can agree. But incorporating changes at later time may result in the redesigning of the software, and that may require extra resources too. What will be the result? That may increase the cost of the development of the project as n times of our budget. Okay, now the third type of software engineering myth is a developer myth. Still in this era, developers believe in some myths. And some of the common developer myths are: the first one is software development is considered complete when the code is delivered. But the reality is, the major part of the software development is just after delivering the software to the user. The second one is the success of the software project depends on the quality. The reality is, quality is a factor, but not a lone factor. The proper documentation is one another important factor that depends the quality of the software. The third myth is that the documentation is unnecessary and which slow down the project. But the reality is that the proper documentation enhances the quality of the project at every level, and that may reduce the amount of rework possible. The next one is the only product that is delivered after the completion of a project is the working project or the working software. But if you are not giving the documentation report or the project report to the users, they may fail to use that product properly. So we have to give the documentation report too along with that product. And the last one is software quality can be assessed only after the program is executed. But the fact is not that, because friends, softwares are always developed as different phases. The first one, study phase, analysis phase, then designing, coding, testing, like that. So we can assure the quality of the software at all the phases by applying some quality assurance mechanism. And friends, I'm concluding this session. Hope you all understand, and thank you.